Hey guys, so starting out, I just want to say I just got back from a week of not working. I have had bronchitis, so I have been stuck in my house doing absolutely nothing but a whole bunch of work at home. So it's been a lot of fun. Oh, they got the Panzer 4.5 for, or 5.4 for sale. It's actually not a bad tank. I really like it. I don't know if I still have it. Actually gonna see that real quick, so that if I don't, I will get it. Yeah, I do have it. Okay. So, anyways, we're just gonna take a look through the store real quick. Sometimes they throw something new with the update in that's absolutely awesome. It looks like they have not done that yet, and I'm kind of glad because I don't want the Vindicator and Predator to go away yet until I have a chance to go and to get it. I just haven't felt like getting it, and I'm waiting. But we're gonna see how that goes. Anyway, so as you can see, we've been saving up some experience and we've been saving up our gold and our silver. We are going to take a look at the new Swedish tech tree lineup. I've been waiting eagerly for that, and I have to say right off the bat, I have no idea what I think about this very odd shaped turret. It's definitely not the most attractive gun and mantlet and well everything I would suppose. But first off, give the stream a like. Make sure that you guys are hanging out with me today, and doing um I will be doing a lot of Q&A kind of stuff, making sure that if you guys have questions about the new tank lineup, that we answer those and um, that we don't have any misconceptions about this new lineup. We're gonna get straight into it. So now that that started, let's go. We're just gonna go straight for tier 10 right now. We will go back and look at all of these later. We don't care how much it costs. Do I really want to spend that? Yeah, why not? No, let's not. Let's not. Let's go the more expensive route. We'll save those for later. There's our 7, 8, our 9, and finally the Kronwagen. 212,000. Ooh, that stings. Still above 2 million. We're gonna go straight into this. Purchase this. Do I want to? 5% off. Fuck it. 100% trained crew. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I really saw some good camos for this. I have no idea if you have to win those camos. I don't know. I saw a couple of really nice ones, and I was looking at them. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Actually, I'm gonna pop into the Discord and real quick and let people know that I am streaming right now because of the simple fact that they have been waiting just as long as you guys have been. I'm super excited about it. We're gonna see how this goes. I don't know if I can actually directly link my Twitch account, but I think I think I can. Give me a second. Let's see. View my channel page on Google. And then we're gonna do screenshot. I think I think I can screenshot this, can't I? I gotta remember how to screenshot. Okay, so it's just Windows key print screen. Is that it? I think that's it. Windows key print screen. Go and throw this in there. Screenshots. Okay. So, now that that's done, I'm not going to be monitoring the stream right now. Now, we're going to go back and we're going to take a look at this real quick. I'm not going to do a really in-depth overview, although I do have to say multi-purpose restoration pack. I do have to say, some of these new consumables are very, very interesting to me. So we'll start off. Reticle calibration, minus 40% aim time, 40% gun dispersion, and it lasts for 20 seconds and a cooldown of only 50 seconds. I found it to be extremely useful. I'm actually really hyped about that. 50% to engine power. It only lasts for 15 seconds. 10% to turn rate. 8 kilometers maximum forward speed and 10 to the reverse speed with a 69-second cooldown. Obviously, everybody knows what these four are, so I'm not going to go into that. But multi-purpose restoration pack. Oh, okay. Well, actually, we know what that is too, but they redid the decals, so that is very interesting. So, I have seen these before, but I cannot remember on what tank, and it's going to bother me until I figure it out. But I think for right now, we're set up pretty good, except for this. I'm gonna throw that on. Give me a second. I wanted to look at the news. Hey, Chris, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the content. I am sorry that my voice sounds like absolute crap, but like I said, I just am still recovering from bronchitis, and it's just not a fun time. I'm sure you guys have all had that. Why did I buy that? I have no need for that. Ooh, grilled salmon. You know what? I like salmon. We're going to go with that anyways, and then the extra 9% of tank HP is going to be nice. That'll bring us up to... Wait, why did I click on cruise? That'll bring us up to 2725. Alright, so we have a extraordinary amount of... we have an extraordinary amount of hit points for what I consider to be a medium tank. Even though it says it's a heavy tank, from what I know and see, it is a medium tank. So in fact, we have been saving up for a while. We're just gonna go and buy all of this. We don't care. We will talk to ourselves at night later and tell ourselves it was a bad deal. So there we go. Now let's see what we have in terms of armor to decide if it was better to get 4% or the extra HP. So 225 millimeters of frontal armor. You know what? I'm going to keep that, and we're going to hop straight into a game because I do not want to give you guys anything without an accurate mind's eye of what this tank is capable of, and if it's actually any fun or any good. I know they spend a lot of time working on these, so I'm not going to knock them for that. But to my surprise, actually, there is no other Kranwagen. So we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully you guys find this insightful and very much worth your time. I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna push. Let's see. I didn't even look at the gun depression I had. How much gun depression? I had a decent amount of gun depression. This guy's working on it. You can tell he's really happy about that. You proud of yourself? You proud of yourself with your tier 9? I'm the Mac Daddy. I am actually really surprised that it takes so long for these shells to load. But then again, I got spotted by a Type 61. Okay, this is going to be bad. indicator of how the rest of this game is going to play out. I really don't want to peek out too much. I do know I have a decent amount of gun depression, but I don't want to risk too much. Oh, come on, load faster, load faster, load faster. Okay, so we're gonna reload and then go for that. I'm really excited already to see that this has a pretty high alpha gun. I can see this being almost a 1400 round clip if I get high rolls or max rolls. I don't want to engage anybody prematurely, but I do think I can knock down this M103 pretty significantly. Or that one. Oh, three. Come on, boy. There we go. First kill and the Kronwagen. First game. We're just going to have a little bit of a fun time. We're actually going to go over here and see if we can help our guy protect the flank a little bit. Oh my, this is just going to be a very bad situation right here. 3.5 seconds. Okay, so I don't really have a whole lot of frontal armor to say anything. I really don't want to try and fix my driver's health right now. Okay, so looking back, the M103 is about dead. I'm not doing too hot, but I'm still able to do something. We're going to wait for the reload. And then... Okay, lucky you. We're just going to have a fun time. Oh, that reload is killer on the back end. Oh, man, that was bad. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna heal our crewmate real quick. I know I got a second left. I'm gonna see if I could get into pre-fire. Oh man, I even poked out enough to where he could hit me if he needed to. I was really hoping that would be the end all be all, but okay.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
I don't know if it was worth the trade, but GG, gentlemen. That was a fantastic game. So we're gonna look real quick at the replay, and we're gonna almost 3,000 damage, about 51 damage shy. Not bad. 99,000. That is with credit boosters. So credit boosters, premium, and it was a victory. But 2 kills. Let's look at the detailed real quick. Efficiency. I hit the Sheridan on the left side. Just caught him in the turret. That was a pretty decent and solid hit. But that amazing ability to completely destroy him, 3 shots done out of the game. When I knocked his track off, I had 4.5 seconds, I believe, left. Reloaded, shot him again, reloaded, and he was dead. And that is really what is going into this tank. It shows you the efficiency of when you track somebody. Oh, oh ho ho, baby! Yes, we're gonna. Oh, I didn't know there was gonna be 2 of them. Okay, so keep in mind, gentlemen, I have not looked at the update at all. Honestly, that looks super sexy in my opinion. I really enjoy that. Ugh. Oh my. Okay, so definitely interesting. I definitely find it interesting, but oh, I don't know. Honestly, so this one doesn't add a whole lot to the tank, but this actually adds like eyes, and they are raised up from the tank. So I kind of like that. The teeth, how the teeth are. If you look at it from this angle, they're actually protruding out of the tank. Those aren't normally there, but you also have the cheekbones. Oh, I guess those don't pop out. I was thinking this jawline or cheekbone or whatever it is gonna protrude a little bit more. I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Which one do you guys think is best? I know there's only one or two people watching at the moment, and that's fine. I'm actually just having fun being able to share my thoughts and express the new joy about the 7.3 update. We will get into what they have changed a little bit later, as in armor platforms on the Chieftain E100 and the T95 Echo 6s. I believe those are all integrated into the new gun mantlet armor change. So we're gonna see how that goes. But so we're down to 15,000 gold. We need to go and get some more gold. You know what? I've not done this with any of the exotic ones, but we're gonna swap it up for a little bit. See which one we get. I know it's there's only 3 of them, but 3 slots to share 2 of them. 2 skins. So here's my thoughts. Going through this last replay, I'm gonna go through this replay with you guys, and then I am going to kind of share some of my thoughts now that we're not engaging the targets at hand, destroying the enemy team. I'm gonna share some of my thoughts. So obviously, it is not super fast, but it was pretty peppy for what I was expecting. The turret traverse is pretty average to decent. I would give it a 6 out of 10 for a heavy tank especially. Now I can't rotate this to see exactly what's going to go on, but obviously it has no camo rating, or something was going on. If we got spotted by the Type 61 all the way over here, it has no camo rating, obviously, especially while moving. I did not look at the camo rating myself, but right there was a great example of one thing I love about this tank. The high alpha damage gun and the ability to trade rounds and be able to continue pushing out that damage is absolutely fantastic. It is like a Progetto in many ways, but the alpha damage is just right where it needs to be, in my opinion. I very much enjoy it. The penetration is not quite what I would like. You can look at most other tier 10 heavy tanks, and they can penetrate the lower glacial plate of the E100, and you'll see that in a moment, the combat effectiveness of that in a battle. But right there, perfect example of what I'm talking about. 3 rounds, emptied the magazine, completely destroyed that Sheridan from, I believe, 1,200 hit points down to 0. Fantastic. Obviously, the Sheridan has no armor whatsoever, and hitting him in the side, knocking his track off, and doing extra module damage was something I was not expecting. Here is what I'm talking about right now. Yes, I messed up on that shot. I should have been paying a little bit more attention, but I had to use heat instead of APCR rounds to try and penetrate the lower glacial plate of that E100, and I find that to be a little bit upsetting, just because if you look at a Rebel, the T110E5 American heavy tank, it is fantastic in many different aspects, including armor. It has good mobility. It's not a slouch whatsoever on penetration, and that's one thing I think that this tank is lacking, is a bit of penetration. I swapped back to APCR and was unable to penetrate the lower glacial plate once again, and that's something I very much am sad about. Obviously, the angles for that shot right there were not going to help a whole lot, but this is one thing that I honestly feel like it shouldn't be as loaded as it is, and we'll wait for future updates to see where this goes. I may have to play a few more games just to get the hang of it and then see where it goes, but APCR did go through the lower plate, but it very easily could have bounced, and that's one thing that is a little bit surprising that they didn't add more. But if you look at the front of the tank, which I'm going to go into World of Tanks Inspector a little bit later and do an actual inspection of this tank. Actually, I could do that right now, but I don't know if I'm logged in, and I don't want to have to put you guys in the waiting screen. But looking at this this main armor for the front, the turret is obviously very well armored, and the hull not so much. So when you go and look right here, 225 millimeters, 110, and then it has a massive lower glacial plate, including whatever this lip is right here, which I imagine is probably a sweet spot, just like a cupola on something like the AMX 30B. Look how big this thing is. How much armor it has is next to nothing. On this gigantic cupola is extremely easy, and I've done it quite a few times. I actually don't see a whole lot of people playing the AMX 30B, but this is in regards to every tank that has a massive cupola. You're talking about the Tier 8 Chieftain tank. You're talking about tanks like the couldn't find it, the T95 Echo 6. This cupola is absolutely massive. You have a semi-large cupola on the T110E3, but it's so heavily armored that not a whole lot of people can penetrate that. So it does have a rather upsetting armor profile on the front, but I'm imagining that either this is a weak spot or it's just going to act as spaced armor for the front of it, which that would be what I would do if I was a developer. I do like the profile of the tank. It is pretty quick. I didn't actually look at the max speed. It's only 30 miles or 30 kilometers an hour. Not the best, but it does get some pretty good shots in. The average damage, or I need to look at two things: the penetration and the average damage. 400 for APCR, 340 for high explosive anti-tank, and high explosive, which is what I should have been shooting at that Sheridan to save myself some of that reload, sits at 515. Dispersion at 100 meters is still close to average tier 10 heavy tanks at 0.323, 10 degrees of gun elevation, 9 degrees of gun depression, almost as depressed as I am, and 3 shells in the magazine. Unfortunately, the first shell I think takes an insane amount of time to reload, but hopefully we'll see that change as things go on. I have no idea why shell 2 does not take near as long. It would almost seem as though you have an advantage if you shot shell 3, 2, and then waited for 2 to reload and shot again. If you were trying to play the single shot game with this, a rather low damage per minute, but that does not matter with auto loaders like this. This does have an auto loading cannon. It's fantastic in my opinion. It has pretty decent penetration. I did not actually memorize that. 400 HP damage and 258 to 340 for heat and 60 for high explosive. So I can go to the side of something similar to the Progetto. The sides of the turret and hull only 40 millimeters thick. I could punch right through the side of that, or anything similar to that, say Batchat. But let's hop into another game. Let's get some new kills and some fresh experience with this new tank. I'm really starting to enjoy myself with this. Now, real quick, I am going to hop over on my other computer over to the okay. PK Fire, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Hike the Gamer, I appreciate both of you. Thank you for choosing to spend your time here. It is awesome to be able to see you guys. I am super happy to be able to talk to the World of Tanks community and just get to know what they think, what their opinions are. Let me know what you guys are thinking about in the chat. Ooh, we could have hit that. That would have been a rather impressive. Ooh, 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 ooh. That is not gonna be good. Not gonna be good.
One of the trucks is gone. We can't move. Enemy armor is damaged.
Not good. Not good. Not good. Oh boy. And this is not good. Okay, so that was an absolutely horrifying. That was an absolutely horrifying and bad call on my part. Oh, wow. He's not wrong. That was an absolute ass game right off the bat. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna take this opportunity to point out one shot right on the corner of the turret, front of the turret, and then 3 shots if I can actually get it to go down. 3 shots all underneath. That is very, very sad and disappointing. And a couple of shots on the side of the turret, which actually has quite a bit of a low profile as I look at it. It's not this massive target that you would expect. This AMX 90 or AMX 5120 is about to get it. I don't know what on earth he's doing, but I'm assuming he's AFK. So we're gonna head back to the garage real quick. I'm gonna take a second and answer any of the chats, any questions, and see what. I'm on the North American server, so I am currently in Indianapolis right now. Shout out to Indy. Not not all that boring, not all that fun, just the perfect amount of nice. So Indianapolis is near a lot of the buddies that I play with. I play with a whole bunch of Marines that are in my unit. We're almost always down to have other people just join us. We have our tournament teams, and I'm actually really excited to play this in tournaments and see how it does stacked up against some of the more competitive teams. Unfortunately, that was a little bit of a garbage match, and that was something that happens every once in a while. Sometimes you misjudge or misread something. I've not actually been a Hellas fan. The map Hellas itself just does not seem to have the space necessary for longer range vehicles, something that I would consider to be longer range, such as either the Object 128 or even something like the VK 72. I know that a lot of people say, hey, you're a heavy tank. You need to be pushing up to the front with everybody else. But when you have armor like this, which I will say it does have really good frontal turret armor and has really good hull armor, but it is actually extremely weak right here. And even when I'm facing someone straight on, like face on, I am hugging them or maybe 50 meters away, they can still hit here or here, and for some reason or another, it does a significant amount more penetration that I feel like should not be there. I feel like this entire area should at least be part of the front of the hull. But that is me. I mean, maybe you could thicken here and then be thinned out over here, but I believe it's all part of the rear and it's all about 120 millimeters thick. So I don't believe that it should be on the front lines. As well as a lot of medium tanks, people don't understand the actual design behind medium tanks. Which yes, it is to spot and to be able to buffer between those heavy tanks and tank destroyers and the enemy, but their main priority is to just spot and cause damage from a distance, and I feel like that's where it should be at. But you know what? I am feeling a little bit bored. I have not researched a tank in a while besides the Kronwagen. So let's get a vote of who would like me to research a tank right now and what tank they would like me to research. I am going to give you guys the choice of picking whatever tank you guys would like me to research, and I will research the entire line all the way from, I have every tier 6 researched, so from tier 6 all the way to tier 10. Let me get a good number of people in the chat to tell me what they would like to see, because as of right now I have all the French tanks, all the European nation tanks that are available at this moment. I'm still missing the WZ-121, the 112, or the WZ-113 Golf Foxtrot Tango. I'm also missing the Ho-Ri, and I believe that is it besides the Americans. I don't know why I've not researched the American tank lines, but For some reason, they just have not piqued my interest enough. I've seen a lot of people do very well with things like the T110E3, and the T110E4. I have not actually seen a whole lot of people play, but these are the two main tier 10s that I see besides the Sheridan, which I still feel is cheap. So I have not gotten it. I've refrained from getting it. I've played the T92 Echo 1 just to have the experience and make sure that my opinion about that tank is not misplaced. I do not want to have an opinion about a tank that I have not played yet, but I did not go for the Sheridan because I feel as though it is not. The Leopard. I already actually have the Leopard, and I will play a battle in it if you would like. The Leopard is one of my favorite tanks, has a great DPM, but I have all the German, Russian, British, French, and European tanks. Right now, I'm still missing 2 Chinese, the Hori from the Japanese line, and 4 American tanks. So, in total, I'm missing, 7 tanks? Do I train people? I would not say that I am qualified to train people based off of my percentage being only 50.75. Now, keep in mind, I was running an extremely slow computer for quite a significant amount of time. And I would be more than happy to platoon with anyone in my chat. I feel as though it's a great opportunity to have some fun. But I have been working with a slow computer for such a long time that I feel as though it has definitely been a hamper on my abilities. But now that I have a newer computer, I just got myself a new gaming computer. I very much enjoy it. Leopard PTA. So, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I actually did not play the Leopard PTA at all, but if it's anything similar and based off of stats, it is pretty similar. As far as speed, I believe the speed is pretty close. 65, 65, 23 in reverse. Now keep in mind I don't have the upgrades for the Leopard PTA, but it is very similar. So if you would like, that is my only tank. Okay, you know what? Shoot me, if you are on the North American server, shoot me a platoon request, and I would be more than happy to platoon with you. I'm going to actually need to get the Emil 2 if I want to do a tier 9, or I can stick with a tier 9 that I already have. But yeah, shoot me a request real quick, and I will be more than happy to platoon with you. For right now, I'm gonna hop into one more battle, get a good feel for this tank, and we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, so we have some platoon mates. He has the lucky skin. Okay, that's actually rather hard to get. I've never actually been able to see that in battles. So I can actually see him. I can't see him.
Time to roll out.
I'm gonna say no to that. So we're actually gonna go left for the very specific reason that that we have a lot of hull or turret armor and hull armor. We're gonna find out if we can stand up to whatever's over there. I'm hoping it's mainly just gonna be something as simple as the E100 that's heading over there. He'll probably get pot shotted, and then a couple of bat chats, but I doubt it. Okay, the bat chat platoon is over there, and the Leopard is also over there, I believe, but we'll see. Oh, he just got hit for a pretty large chunk of his health. We're gonna put ourselves at a little bit of an angle. Oh, okay, fine. You want to go? I'll go. Got a lag spike there. I have no idea what's going on with that. But yeah, PK Fire, if you would like to platoon, let me know. You are able to see my user name for the North American server right there. It's Spartan underscore Slayer underscore YT for YouTube. So, real quick, we're gonna loop around, hopefully in time to be able to unload on one of these, if not all of them.
Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.
So the Conway hit me. It has the single shotgun. I'm not super worried about that, but I wanted to see if he would poke out, but he did not choose to do so. And that leopard's gone. I'm gonna get hit in the rear. Oh! A bounce from the rear. I am actually extremely surprised by that. So we're gonna actually see if we can get both the bat chats here, if we can. Oh man, that was just rough luck right there. Okay, so if you can give me some reload time, that would be fantastic. 80. Oh man, that's gonna be a little bit rough.
We can barely move. We're immobilized.
Okay, so
Enemy is hit.
let's see if we can ram this guy. Make him suffer a little bit more before we go down.
We've hit them hard.
I'm gonna use
Track hit.
this ST1 as cover as much as I can.
Tracks was hit.
I don't have the
It's gone. We can't move.
okay.
We're done for. Get out.
Unfortunately, it's not the best bullet protector. It can deflect some rounds, as you saw from the Conway, bouncing 600 damage shots off of our off of our front and our rear. More accurately, our side and our rear. But we're gonna see how this goes. I don't think that this musketeer is gonna be able to pull it off. Sorry, guys, but this musketeer is just not where it's at. Okay. Well, I could not say that I wasn't expecting it, but still some pretty good shots. 16 shots consecutively. Okay. I'm assuming this is PK, one of the individuals in the stream. How are you doing today? Let's get straight into it. I think you are wanting to do tier 9 if I'm correct. If you wanted to do tier 9, I still would like to spend a little bit more time, do some research on the Kranvagn. I very much enjoy the gun. It's a fantastic platform and a great way to start off making a tank. The frontal armor, been getting some very, very lucky bounces off the front of our turret, but not so lucky with this massive lower glacial plate and our exposed tracks. I really had wished that they would have done just a little bit more as far as the armor integration. Ask them a question real quick and see what they would like to do. Sure, why not? We could always use some extra XP. Let's see what chat says. Chat, I am letting you guys dictate which tank I will research next. I have every German tank researched, not purchased. I still have the Grol 15 yet to buy. Oh my, I could not remember. I should have been in control of this platoon. I should have declined and resent the invite. That would have been a little bit more convenient, so I could have finished my thought. But anyways, I have not bought the Object 140 yet. I have 191 tanks. Super hard to keep track of what I do have and what I don't have. It is rather confusing, but we're gonna get straight into it. A tier 9 and tier 10 match. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty easy time with a tier 9 or tier 10s. A lot of their heavies are tier 9, and we have. You know what? I'm actually gonna go and push into B if I can. I'm not gonna push into the middle, but I'm actually gonna do an overview. I'm actually not gonna respond to that right now. We're going to we're gonna see. And I should have sent that to World, but I did not. I am just having all sorts of fun right now. Oh, that was just rotten.
Penetration. Enemy armor
Okay,
is
so we're
damaged.
gonna re-angle our armor right now just to try and. We're actually gonna get out of this situation. I find this situation to be a little bit distressing.
Strike through their armor. Optics destroyed. Enemy armor is damaged. We've lost a truck.
Okay, so we're gonna back out of this situation. This was not a fantastic situation in the first place, but we are, however, going to see if we can get this kill, or at least let the Leo take it and then defend the Leo if we can. Okay, let me
Penetration. Strike through their armor.
okay.
Knocked out.
Gonna fix our optics real quick. This is not gonna be a fun match if I can't get my reload back a little bit faster. So we're gonna back out of this situation. He's got that 103 handled pretty well. I'm sitting at 525 HP. We're gonna have to disengage and see how far we can get. Hopefully this E75 decides to come around the corner, and we can just put a round or two into him. It's gonna make things a lot easier for us. Okay, I'm not doing this right now. I'm not gonna risk.
Enemy is hit.
I'm not doing this.
They're hit. Enemy on fire.
All right, fantastic, good game, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all the help you guys gave. 3,243 damage, 102,000 credits, and 54 after. So I have to say this thing is a absolute credit-consuming monster because of the lack of penetration that it has. So having to switch constantly between APCR and heat rounds is very frustrating for most people, and that is because it does consume a significant amount of credits. Not a whole lot of people have that extra 500 to 1,000 credit booster certificates to be able to recuperate that lost credit. And now this is not going to be a credit builder tank for anyone that does not have premium as well as those consumables, but so real quick, I'm going to dismiss the platoon, invite them back. We're going to wait until they go and pick that up, but I like to get rid of all of these as fast as possible. So we are going to go in a second and check out the new update, what we think of it, and see about the new changes made to the Chieftain, which is one thing that I'm extremely anxious about. I haven't actually looked if they decreased the armor or increased it, but I know that the turret armor on the Chieftain is ridiculous at 350 millimeters of frontal turret armor. It is absolutely insane. If you have not picked one up and you have the money, I would highly implore you to go and get the Chieftain Mark 6. Fantastic tank, fantastic damage per minute. Overall, a wonderful tank to play. And that goes without saying, obviously, just because the amount of people that have played it, the amount of credits you earn from a premium tank like that. I'm expecting to get hit in the side right here because I'm not quite fast enough for most heavy tanks. Most of them. Okay, that was a little bit of a sloppy shot, but we're gonna re-engage on our own leisure. Oh my. I'm lagging like crazy. I really wish that I'd been able to get in a second shot on that IS-4, but we're gonna see how this goes. In my opinion, that was totally worth the risk that I took. This gentleman also has the Kronwagen. Very, very excited, I'm sure, to have this. Okay, so we're gonna have to re-engage. Okay, fantastic. They ended up missing. Go, 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 go. Let's move. I do not have the health to be sitting around here doing nothing. Okay, so we're gonna look at re-engaging on a little bit more. Hopefully get this kill. Fantastic. 2 rounds reloaded. We're gonna be able to do some pretty nasty things to this Kronwagen that comes around the corner right here. Or this TPD. Oh man, the TPD-4 bounced my round. I'm really not super excited about that, but really not super excited about how this is going to play out if I can't manage to keep this at bay. I have no idea if that was a missile or what exactly happened, but I know this FB definitely could use my help. Okay, so we're actually going to sit at base capture for right now. I know that Wolfenjäger is having a fun time over there. And I really don't want to get caught up with that gun. That gun has plenty of penetration. It is not fun at all to deal with, and I'm not looking forward to that. The smart thing to do at this point in time, we have the upper hand as far as players, we have the upper hand as far as capture points. The smart thing to do would be to sit back a little bit and just wait it out. But I'm not one for waiting, and apparently neither is this IS-4. Oh, this is just not happy. That would not have been a fun day. I knew I wasn't going to get another shot. I might as well have taken that one. Very well done, gentlemen. Let's see what we have. 3,500 with a first-class mastery badge. Our damage dealt is an epic looking for some legendary ribbons, but apparently that was not part of it. Was not part of the deal, but Foe 2 is getting better. I am not a weeb fan or anime fan, so I don't know exactly what that is, but I see it everywhere. If anyone actually knows what that is, let me know. Periods do belong in sentences, and I regret to inform you that apparently I've lost that period. So, right now, enjoying so far the Kronwagen. Let's actually not look at that. Let's look at win rate. Average damage dealt is 2599, so almost 2600 damage on average. In my opinion, that's what you should be getting for a heavy tank, and an autoloader maybe even higher. I believe an autoloader could easily get 3000 damage per game. Obviously, there was a game where I didn't do any damage and I just died instantly. It was not exactly the most was not exactly the easiest game in the world, but you know, things don't always pan out for what it is.
Let's go.
So, getting asked what my opinion is of the Kronwagen so far, the armor is average at best. The gun is fantastic. I love it. And there is absolutely nothing that I would trade about it besides maybe a little bit of penetration. It has good dispersion. This Chieftain was going to take a pretty big hit from the start, but we're gonna push up, hopefully. The Chieftain has decided he does not want to play. We're not gonna try and push him too much. That was a bad shot on my part. Alright, there we go. The Foch finishes off that Chieftain. Good to go on his part. Really solid.
Enemy is hit.
We're not gonna try anything super spectacular here. I know that E75 is pushing up, and I'm a little bit worried about that. But for the time being, I am worried about Foe 2. He's definitely having some issues right now. Really, that was an absolute horrid shot. So now we're gonna completely disengage. Looks like Foe 2 got a kill right before they were killed. Good stuff on his part. Really not for a big fan of putting myself out there. This Sheridan is probably going to be taking a shot at that E100. I appreciate your service, sir. We're actually going to be capturing real quick. Ending Red's reign of terror over Charlie Base. We're going to be having some trouble times. So it looks as though we're going to try and reload. We have the only base so far. This is not looking super promising with the dead Foch right here.
Enemy is hit.
I'm going to give myself a wide range of options.
We got him. Enemy is hit.
So we're going to have to wait for this reload. This reload is taking a considerable amount of time. There we go.
Enemy vehicle
Knocked out. We are going to be going next for this. Probably this E75, to be honest. Nope, he's dead. Okay. So maybe maybe a side shot. Nope, we're going for a ram. No, he got him before I could. Good job, Bat Chat. I am proud of you. Wonderful looking colors. I'm very, very happy with the colors that they gave this thing. I do have both camos. I don't know. I have not actually gotten one with the new Nighthawk camo. I'm actually pretty excited about this camo. It's got some pretty good definition to it. I really do like it. Not one of my favorite camos, but we're gonna go and play another battle. If you are just joining us, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Leave a like or a comment. I appreciate all your comments, and I'll answer any questions you got. If you want to know the specs on the tank, obviously you can go and look those up. That's boring. If you want to know how it performs, or if you should put the time and effort into researching this, let me know. I will walk you through the different aspects of the tank. It is, in my opinion, a pretty solid tank. Not quite where I'd like to see it as far as armor or speed. I feel like if it is only going to be 30 kilometers an hour, and it does not get up to that speed very fast. If it is only going to be able to reach 30 kilometers, I really do feel as though it needs frontal hull armor. It has a massive cupola, or massive lower glacial plate underneath, which does not boost confidence for those who are driving this tank. Obviously, you want to be able to go hull down on a little bit of a ridge or a slope and protect that lower glacial plate. But overall, fantastic gun. I love the spotting range of this thing. It does seem to work out pretty well. I have been treating it a little bit more as a medium tank, even though it's not fast enough to compete with any medium tank in Tier 10 or Tier 9 for that fact. But the reason behind that is it does not have the armor, in my opinion, to go head to head with a lot of the Tier 10s. But we're gonna hop into another battle as soon as the servers get done putting us in one. 239 people in queue and counting. Apparently, it's just gonna go up from here, but real quick, I'm gonna hop on Discord, see if there was anyone else that had said anything. Ah, someone got the Smasher. Congratulations to Tank Dog 31. I actually played with him in a couple battles, but oh my goodness, Apple is definitely out for some vengeance after what happened to him in the last few tournaments. I feel kind of bad for him.